Hello and welcome back. Okay, we are at Lugnstead. I've again done some selling and inventory management. We now have a pretty nice amount of money, 12,000 almost. I've switched a few armors around, nothing major though. And I have decided to take this easy contract here for leveling purposes. And I've also decided to skip this camp for now, the Barbarians Ritual Site. We saw that their defenders are pretty diminished since they've spawned a patrol at some point. But I think we still might get wrecked there, even if we'd win. Like, have too many casualties for it to be worth it, so I will skip that. However, after this contract, I might see about this place, the Bandits' Lair here, because it's just a regular brigand lair in the hills here. Well, the hills will make it a bit difficult, perhaps, but we'll see, we'll see. Anyways, let's kill some boring thieves here. Just some plain, simple, boring thievery that we will handle here. Alright, so the lineup is what it is. Don't really have much of a reserve anymore, since plenty of people got horrified for some weird reason. Anyways, let's do this on the plains. They are stepping forward, that's nice to see. Well, that guy didn't step forward. Not sure where the hell he's going. Anyways, I'll go ahead and use Whirling Death. Probably don't need to use Adrenaline, do I? Maybe I do. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Alright. So the main reason I skipped that Barbarian camp is because, of course, the white armored unhold there. Our weaponry is just very bad against armor like that, and it would throw us around, and at the very least we'd get some nasty injuries. Some of us have like 50 to 60 hit points, like Raimund here. So I don't think the risk was worth it. And even the reavers there could have been pretty damn bad. Anyways, let's kill these fools. Also, I put away one... Well, I sold one of these light crossbows in the inventory. Instead, we have a quiver of bolts now, which is something I should have realized earlier. We did run... Also, why the hell is this? Oh! For some... Okay, I didn't realize this. So apparently, if you have ready to go, it actually takes the ammunition out of your quiver. I find that a little bit strange. For the beginning of the battle, that is. I mean, it makes some sense, but I don't know. Feels a bit weird. Like, why would you need to do it like that? Anyways, whatever. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I did run out of ammunition in a fight. So not sure why the hell I thought I could get away with just one quiver, but anyway. Also, is there perhaps someone here I'd dagger? Perhaps these two? We'll see. I don't really care about these armors, and now I've dealt some damage to it. But these are still okay. These 130 pieces. So perhaps. Anyways, Eswig, what will you do? Maybe just advance a bit. Is there a point in rotating Hilmar? Maybe there is. Maybe I can get something out of doing that. I'm not going to calculate it, but let's do it anyway. Though, if I want to attack with Winric, I guess I have only one target. Well, whatever. Also, yeah, the nice AoE days there. I wonder how useful Winric's AoE days possibilities would have been in that barbarian fight. But anyway. Is there a point in engaging here? Maybe there isn't. So let's not. Let's instead step there and do nothing else. Let's try to reach the back line with Ludger. And probably just do a hit and run here. Alright. Do that and maybe step there. So I did use adrenaline, so I don't know, maybe we skip daggering this guy. We can still do one of them. Also, Helmer shouldn't be on the flank since he's the tactician. That was a mistake on my part. Anyways, yeah, let's go for it here. Deal a bit of damage. Still using this weapon we started the run with. Also, how nice of this hunter to come in range like that. Alright, do I want to step there? How about here? Yeah, that's better, I think. However, we have failed. Okay. Well, I'll wait instead of attacking there. Trying to push back. Anyways, so yes, this is the daggering target. I guess we could surround him and start going for it pretty soon here, but let's wait a bit and get some kills, I guess. Before we get around to it. Okay, let's use Onslaught. Hi. That is a pretty strange spot you decided to take there, but sure, why not? I should have used Line Breaker there. Right, I'll just step on over there and switch into the dagger. Let no one escape. There we go. We get 1 level. These are old perks for Ludger and Eswig. We get the armor. And while we're here, I guess I'll scout this patch. So yes, the level. So Randulf, level 9. Alright, do I take the +5 resolve roll? I guess I do. Having more of it is, I suppose, a good thing. Also take the +3 hit points here instead of the +2 melee defense, is that correct? Not convinced. Let's instead take the melee defense. Okay, and the perk. Okay, I seem to not have something planned yet. Anyways, so gets 2 more perk points after this. I already have a two-handed flail user. I could instead decide to go with duelist here. I kind of prefer the two-handed flails, but one-handed flails are good as well. For some reason, though, I haven't selected duelist here, even in blue, to plan it as a possibility. Dodge is a possibility. Unstoppable is kind of a possibility, but fatigue is a limiting factor. Combo, kind of the same thing a little bit, but I don't know. All skills that you have not used yet this round during your turn cost -2 action points, except the first skill you use each round during your turn. Well, with that, I guess I can do Whirling Death plus Flail, at least. I don't know. So, initiative is 127 base. Still has some levels to get that higher as well. So I could go with dodge, perhaps. But then if I do that, then I probably also want skirmisher. So that's 2 perk points there. There's also calculated strikes, which kind of might work, especially if I actually opted to take adrenaline as well, but I don't think I want to take adrenaline for Randulf. Overwhelm is a possibility, maybe, but I think I'd still prefer to have more initiative. So take that with someone else perhaps at some point. Unstoppable helps with initiative, of course. I do have the Rush of Battle for fatigue help. I think I'm leaning towards Unstoppable here. But then we kind of still want to find a famed weapon with less fatigue usage to get the maximum out of this. And this also punishes waiting, but you don't lose all of the stacks, you lose 1 stack when you wait. Lose all stacks when you use recover or get stunned or staggered. Anyways, let's go with Unstoppable. Let's just go with something, and that's what I went with. So I will mark it down with no wait. I might still, in some situations, of course, use the waiting ability. it's just going to be worth it. But ideally, we won't be doing much of it. We also find nothing there. Alrighty. Okay, there we go. What was this? Cargo to Hermanshof. Yes, I will take that, but first let's wait for daytime and sell a few things. Will I ever use a throwing spear? Maybe. Maybe. But I don't have a thrower at the moment. So I will sell that, so it doesn't take up a slot there. Right, I'll sell the crude axe and instead opt to keep the hand axe, I guess. There's not much of a difference, though. Nah, let's sell the hand axe since I don't want to spend the tools to repair it, I guess. Don't think I need these armors anymore, so I will sell this patched mail shirt. Sell that. Let's keep only one boar spear in the inventory. Okay, there we go. Take a quick look, though it's very unlikely anything has changed here. Yeah, I don't see anything new. I guess we might get lucky with like a brawler if I'd like to try that. But no, it's only 130. Okay, fine. Need to get really damn lucky with a brawler to keep a brawler. I don't think this is good enough. Has decent defense, but nah. I don't think so. Goodbye, Lars. Anyways, let's take the delivery. And after that, we perhaps go and take a look at the bandit lair. There we go. There's a 3-skull contract here. That is Hexen. Maybe? It's going to be pretty painful, potentially, but it's also a nice amount of money. The problem is, what will spawn with the Hexen? If there's an unhold, we can handle an unhold. What if there's a Scrot, though? Can that spawn a Scrot? I am unsure, actually. I think I might gamble with that contract, even though it's, strictly speaking, not necessarily a good idea. Because of all of the things that can go wrong there. Does mean I want to equip some of these wooden sticks. Probably, yeah. Also, no one has resilient. That's a bit of a bummer when fighting Hexen. I think we'll try this, but yeah, let's take the wooden sticks. So I have 3 of them or something. Give one to Ludger instead of the bandage. One to Gerbold instead of the bandage. And one to, let's see, maybe like Hilmar? Hilmar or Randulf, maybe. I also have these Morning Stars, but I do also have Winric with a Pole Mace and a Spiked Mace. So getting charmed will be pretty bad, but it's not the end of the world, I don't think. If it's someone like Gerbold getting charmed, then that does hurt a lot, though. We have pretty decent resolve for the most of us, not for Adalbert though. Having Adelmar in the front line, is that a good idea? So I have a chance of sniping a Hex? Maybe? I don't know. Alright, I think I will. Yeah, let's try this. Let's try this. And by try, I mean do. There is no try, just do. So I could still equip, let's see, one of these at least, one of these Morning Stars on someone in the inventory, just in case. I think Hilmar makes a good candidate, so let's do it with him. He has a lot of fatigue. We'll try the knockout. Also, yeah, the tactician should be more in the middle. And I will also give Eswick maybe this. Let's see. Yeah, sure. Alright, let's see how bad of an idea it is to take this. I did pussy out on the barbarian camp, so not sure why the hell I'm doing this, but... or actually, maybe that is the reason. Because I don't want to pussy out on everything. So let's see. But if there's a scrat, how effed are we? A little bit effed, since we don't have an axe user. I could give someone this crude axe just for that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not... I should know, but I don't. Can this spawn a scrat? I know it can spawn an unhold. Yeah, I'll give Hilmar the axe as well, just for insurance. But I think it's pretty unlikely. Also, did I take a look? I don't think I did. No, now I remember. I did take a look at the recruits, and there was no one there. Anyways, just wait around here. The brothers are idling the time away, bantering about women and witches alike. And if there's any real significant difference at all, Adelmar holds his hand out. Now, in all seriousness, I've heard tales of these wenches. They can put a hex on you to make you see things. They'll make you sign blood pacts, and if you don't pay, they'll cut your kneecaps out and use them for divination. Hell, when I was a child, my neighbor made a deal with one, and then he disappeared. I later saw a mysterious woman walking around with a fresh skull being used for a lantern. Raimund nods attentively. That's incredible, but does anybody know what a witch does? Stay focused, lads. Oh, there's a noble army next to us. Does that actually mean they're dragged into this fight? Anyways, a lone woman crosses your path and approaches between a gap of trees. She saunters with her thighs slipping in and out of a silk dress. Her skin is spotless, and emerald eyes stare between locks of red with licentiousness you haven't seen since you were just a lad. You know this woman is a witch, for such perfection can't stand in this world, and in these parts it's like putting on make-up to go to the grave. Which is what she's done. You draw your sword and tell her to face her doom with honor. The witch's skin wrinkles to true, ghastly form, and she cackles with delight. Ah! For a moment I had you, but the cock slackens, and the pride returns. You've such delightful scents, Sellsword. I'll make sure they save you just for me. Before you can ask what she means, the two trees she stands between blossom with the stretching of spider legs. Great black bulbs emerge from the thicket and scuttle to the terra below, the webnecks clacking their mandibles with imago hunger? The witch's hands go up, and her fingers dance like a puppeteer in command of the clouds above. Well, I'll certainly rather face spiders than unholds or something. Okay, just one hex. This is a 3 skull. I think this is actually probably a best case scenario for us, but we'll see how I feel in a moment. There's only one hex, so that's easy to deal with. Potentially maybe even with our crossbow. The spiders are definitely easier than unholes or scrots, but yeah, like I said, I don't know if... Of course. Never mind, this is horrible. Gerbold has been charmed. And he's on a high ground as well. Damn it, Gerbold, why? Welp. So... okay, I can go for a disarm. But again, he's confident on a high ground. Anyways, also, since this is a spider contract, are there going to be spider eggs somewhere around? I don't see any. Let's put heartbirds, I don't know, here, since I don't see any spider eggs. Alright. I think I'll not use Whirling Death here. Also, yeah, I need to remember that Randolph is the no-wait person, so just go. Do that. 31 to disarm. Well, I have nothing better to do. Of course I fail. Well, let's switch into that to at least have the same reach. Can I do anything here? I could maybe use the command ability. But for whom? Also, I guess yeah, okay. I could have equipped the wooden stick there and tried for the stun, but I didn't. Esvig has a Morning Star. Helmer could try to knock Gerbold back so he can only attack Ludger. It's pretty unlikely to succeed though. But so is the stun. I think we just accept that we are probably getting hit here on someone. Yeah, I'll just accept it. Anyways, let's see. So... can't quite get to the hex for a while, but we do have Adelmar's crossbow, and she should be in range, actually. So we might make short... Oh, goddammit. Why am I so dumb today? I could have commanded Adelmar, so he could have acted before Gerbold and potentially sniped the Spider Queen. Well, too late now. Okay, you just do that and step there. Okay, I think it's actually better that Gerbold went for the AoE attack there. Since there's no hex on anyone, there might even be a point in using a dog here, but I think it's still a pretty big gamble. That's probably not worth it. Onslaught. Does this only give you melee skill? Yes, so it doesn't give you range skill. I guess we're still trying to go for... We'll go for a stun. Since, of course, I don't have Resilient on Gerbold, so he's still charmed for the next round. Anyways, I guess it's probably worthwhile using Onslaught. Okay, 66 to land this. Need to land it. The damage is not fantastic though. Alright. I don't think I'll want to use a dog. Probably just stay put there. These two spiders haven't actually acted yet, but they'll probably stay to protect their queen. Anyways, just stay put, I guess. Yeah, I could go for a knockback. I think that's a good idea, probably. And that is the better spot as well. Ludger is a bit... well, I wouldn't say in trouble, but he might take damage here. But it's better to take damage on one person instead of multiple. Anyway. Rotation, maybe? Does that accomplish anything? Not at the moment. So, no. Just step here to protect Adelmar. And let's also use a riposte. Alright. Seems I've blocked Winrich, but that's not the biggest thing here. Seems I can instead move on the Hex. Maybe use the Line Breaker. Maybe use it here. Could also just go for the... actually, let's go... oh, that requires more than 3 AP. It's 4 AP. In that case... I don't know. Let's get closer to the Hex, probably. Alright, I was wrong. They are indeed moving. Funnily enough, I could use a Line Breaker here on Gerbold. Which probably pushes him here. Or I just get the club out. We've taken damage on Eswig, so I think I just get the club out instead. But of course we fail. Okay. Definitely don't want to use Line Breaker with Gerhard, the banner. So instead, I think I move like here, and we'll benefit. We'll get some. We'll get something out of the Inspiring Presence. God damn it, Gerbold. God damn it, Gerbold. Alright, well, let's free Hilmar. If you're capable, you are capable. Free yourself and do nothing else. And we do get to act before the Hex. With Adelmar, however, we can't do anything at the moment. Ludger might be dying in this battle, since that happened. Anyways, we can deal with the spiders pretty well, probably, hopefully. God damn it. God damn it, Hilmar. So there is a point in waiting in case you get charmed, but then we get the initiative penalty as well. So this time at least I won't. Not with Hilmar at least. So that's been handled. Maybe actually move here. Make sure that Adelmar is... Then again, someone might get charmed next to Adelmar, but anyways. Move there and protect Eswig. Well, try to break him free, maybe? Or just try to kill this one. Alright, I'll try to kill it. Success. Well, of course. And now we have the Hex as well. Damn it, guys. Damn it, guys. Welp. It was also trapped in a web, so in a way that's actually a pretty good one for us to get charmed. But yeah, now the Spider Queen. So let's see, Adalbert is hexed, but he has 9 lives. So potentially worth it to try to kill the Spider Queen here, even with the Hex. Can't quite get to her though. Unless it's with Winric, maybe. Anyways, I think, yeah. Adelmar just gets the wooden stick out and we no longer rely on the crossbow to do anything here. Also, okay. That's an annoying bug. How about if I do this? Yeah, there it goes. There's the icons back. The UI. Right, you wait. You do that. Alright, so Erwin. Erwin. Don't step there. Instead, step here. How about doing the cover ally? So I can... Yeah, I don't know. If I want to move, I can't really do that. Not with 4 melee defense. If I do this cover ally, would I be able to move? Maybe. Some spiders are nearby to Adalbert, so if I do manage to score the killing blow here, there might be... Yeah, also we have actually Eswig there, so maybe I should... Maybe I should at least wait until Adalbert is in a safer spot before I try to go for the kill. Not that I currently can, but anyway. Might be able to do so with Winric, maybe. So it's plus 23. Lasts until the start of your turn. But this is a bit weird. Like, if your cover ally target moves away, then how the hell is the cover ally ability still granting them any kind of defenses? At least this description doesn't say anything about, as far as I can see, that being removed if the target moves away. But as he tries to move one tile, then surely it still applies at least there. Okay, it says... Okay, never mind, it says it here. Or move away from your target. Yeah, makes sense. But... I think... As... the attack will happen here, so I think it still will... Oh, I don't know. Well, now is a good time to find out whether it will work or not. So let's use the cover ally. Adalbert. Yeah, I can get this kill potentially. Does also mean Hilmar does not get the Inspiring Presence plus 3 AP. I think I should go for the disarm though. Or should I? Why is your range defense only 9? What am I missing? What the hell? Oh yeah, it's because you're in melee range, but parry takes into account the base range defense. So let's see, where is it listed here? Gain plus 31 melee defense against weapon attacks, so I'm probably... Well, 91. I wonder, should I try to move away? I can also just go for the disarm, of course. Stay where I am. I don't know. Can't really do anything about these spiders, so the options really are... yeah, I didn't give him a mace because of his fatigue pool being a bit low. I guess I do go for the disarm. Alright. Fails. So yeah, like I said, if I kill this one, then I don't get Inspiring Presence here, but I think overall it's probably better to kill it. Let's do it. Okay, and Edelmar goes for the stun, I suppose. The way this is going, I think it's pretty likely we'll have a casualty or... Well, hopefully only one. And it's probably Ludger. Okay, stunned. So now... move away, I guess. Minus 21 initiative, so not necessarily do I need to move away though. So I could just switch into the crossbow again, and then we can potentially maybe shoot the Spider Queen next round. Let's do that. Helmer could try to get next to the Spider Queen as well. 17 melee defense. That's not a lot though. Randolph actually has more initiative than a Webnecht. So once again, if I kill this one, then I don't get the Inspiring Presence though. I don't know what the hell. Probably need to help around here against the spiders instead of trying for any kind of heroics. Alright. Would hate to lose Adalbert in this fight, but I think this is a pretty good chance here that we have, probably. If I can manage it. Score a killing blow on the Spider Queen. Take some damage here. But we fail. What was the chance to hit there? 33. Okay, now there's probably no point in trying to move again. So instead, I go for this target, I guess, instead of this one. Alright, well, at least the spiders have been unable to poison anyone. You just hold where you are, probably, or move like here. Move there. Okay, Ludger, you need to free yourself. Also free there. Okay, nice. Alright, there we go. Now let's get closer. This time I might want to wait though because of the potential charm. So I do have 70 resolve. There is a chance to resist. How big of a chance though? I do have the crossbow. I also have potentially Winrick. Now let's skip the action points. Adalbert has been charmed. And Raymond, the parry trainee, has been hexed now. Okay, it's not that big of a deal if Raymond dies, and also he does have more hit points than the Spider Queen does. Adalbert is charmed, yeah, but he's nearly out of fatigue. I guess he probably... I don't think the AI actually is smart enough, so it will use the battle whip and probably... Well, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what he does. Anyways, I think I'll try to kill the Spider Queen here. And we just accept that Raymond takes some damage. Is there a point in using the command? We now cannot shoot with Edelmar. Hilmar acts next anyway. So Hilmar probably gets this kill. That's a Berserk activation. Freeing Raymond is kind of important, as well as killing this webnecked here. My brain is struggling. I think I just attack this one here, instead of doing anything with command. So I don't want to try to move here again. Doesn't really accomplish much to kill the Spider Queen quickly. I guess there is a point though. Actually, never mind, since Adalbert will be back if she's dead. And I still do have the defenses from cover allies, so I could command Winrick to move, and maybe that takes care of the witch. .77 melee skill, and weakening this webneck is also, of course, a good thing. Adalbert cannot attack Eswick since Eswick is still charmed. If the AI is smart, which I don't think it is, it will switch into the Scramma's axe and deal damage on probably Adelmar. Okay, fine. Let's use the command. So if I use it here, I get 3 action points back. Is that enough to do anything with? Don't think so. Don't think that is the case, so probably no point moving there. Move here though, maybe? Alright, let's see. 74. And killed. Oh, did I? Let's see. Oh yeah, okay, how did I forget that? So, despite him having more hit points, he did die with the hex. Oh well. Oh well, rest in peace. How are you still charmed? What the hell? Weird. That is weird. That is rather weird. Anyways, my bad there. What's your face? Raimund. Anyway. Let's finish this. And there you go, you're back. Should have remembered that that would happen, but anyways. If he had had 9 lives, then it wouldn't have. There's a spider there still, but... Okay, there's one spawned there. Alright, 2 enemies left. You want to leave, you can go. I don't care. So, just end round. And it is over. So yeah, I don't know, kind of messy. Raymond's dead because of my memory being what it is. But it's not that big of a deal if Raymond's dead. So there we go. 1 level up there, so that's for Winrick. Loot is definitely not worth this, but I guess we do get paid 2,000. Robert the Consular embraces Hotbird, holding the first burn tight. He looks at you. So it's done then. All the witches are dead. You nod. The townsman nods back. Thank you! Thank you, mercenary! He points you to a chest in the corner of the room. It's full of your payment. Well, there we go. There we go. Anyways, now I am down 1. I guess you come into the lineup. Fahad. Winrich gets 2 perk points since level 8 and student. Plus 3 melee defense, yes. Does care about fatigue to some extent, but he also has battle flow. Resolve is not a big deal since he's a cultist. Guess I take all of the defenses as well as the plus 2 melee skill here. Alright, and since I have 2 perk points, I could now decide to go with Duelist plus Parry. I could instead opt to go with Berserk plus battle flow at this point, though. Which is probably better at this point. So I will. Let's take Berserk. And battle flow. And yeah, we'll be going with Duelist, Parry, and most likely Brawny. And that's the perks for Winric. Anyways, should I recruit here? Try to find someone who I can convert. Okay, the traits here don't help at all. He might still be good, I don't know. If I don't see the stars. Does have the ranged combat 3 and Berserk. Well, Vicious and Tough. So Berserk and Killing Frenzy. No throwing. Crossbows and bows. Okay, sure, let's try it. Let's see. 1-star range skill. 2-star resolve. Does have fearsome. I think I'll skip this guy. We can do better. He's not bad, but he's also not good. Alright. As this is the situation, we're a bit damaged. I'll leave the bandits lair for later. Let's head to Eichholz. See if I can find some cultists or something. Witch burnings. Well, that's fitting. 1 skull caravan back to where we came from. So did I forget to take a look at the marketplace? Maybe I did. My brain isn't working, it seems. Hagen, the lumberjack. Is he okay? He might be okay. He is potentially okay. 2-star melee skill. Not much else. Well, 2-star fatigue is huge. 1-star hit points. Does not have polearms, which would be my choice. I think we'll keep this guy around. Let's see if he converts or not. Could also decide to go with shields. But that kind of, yeah, I can't really deal damage with shields, especially without having Duelist. Reach weapons of other kinds exist as well. Not fantastic, but I think we'll keep this guy around. And also let's remove these from the inventories. That was a messy fight. Don't usually bother doing those Hexen contracts, but I should probably start doing more of them just to get a better handling. Be able to do them without such mistakes. Anyway, let's see here. So, anything else? Well, you still have that. A bandage instead. Okay, and also let's actually mark it down that Hagen here is convert something. Let's get some quality wood. And some food. And let's go to Swordquest. Let's see if I can find cultists. Or maybe some people with some potential. Promised potential, perhaps. Okay. And now, since we have money, it's worthwhile to check these weaponsmiths and armorers in case there's something there. No cultists. Let's get some tools. I don't know if it's worth spending money on rigorous schooling for Hagen, since he's not a cultist, so he might still leave us. There's still plenty of time until the next sacrifice, though. But I cannot guarantee that he gets converted before then. So we'll see. He might just stick around in the reserves. And I might even decide to let him go, since he's not spectacular. Let's have a drink. Head Chopper's Grotto to the southeast. Well, I might go southeast because of Dornborg here. I might also decide to go west. Nearly back in action for Ludger. Out of curiosity, by the way, let's see. I don't usually bother, but let's see. Okay, nearly 5,000 for a Swayhander. I don't think that's worthwhile. Let's go to... there's no weaponsmith at Dornborg, though. I want to find a famed weapon somewhere. So if I do go here, what's the plan then? Maybe take on this Reckless Brothers camp? Since I'm feeling reckless now. That is also on a hill. Was this place on a hill as well? Everything is on a hill for some reason. Not this place, but this is an elite bandit lair. There's also this place. Shattered Stronghold. Okay, that's pretty close to civilization, so that's most likely doable. Even when I can't see what's inside. So let's go to Dornborg and then see about this place. I have no idea why I thought that what's his face wouldn't die as I killed the Hex. Raimund. But yeah, it's a good thing it was only Raimund. He wasn't like that good. Okay, there's some kind of beasts here. The tracks are headed away, now they're here. Webnects. Okay, well, let's get some revenge on Webnects, I guess. Also, let's equip these bandages, I guess. And I don't want to be using a net here, so have a jacket pike. Alright. Let's back off a bit, make this a bit easier. There's some fights I usually skip, as they're not necessarily worth the risk. Those are the Hexen fights as well as the Lindworm fights. Definitely won't be fighting Lindworms anytime soon. Based on that Hexen fight, I don't know how I feel about taking more of those on, especially with this origin. Anyways, let's kill the spooters. Mostly hold here. Let's not kill too many of them. Though I should have freed Erwin. Well, he can do it himself. There you go. Okay, with 5 of them left, they should still fight, right? Yeah. Well, now there's 7. Oh, whoops, I had 5 more action points there. Makes no difference. Alright, it is over. And Helmer gets a level. Now level 6. Takes Hold Steady. Takes Resolve, takes Fatigue, and takes... I'll take the melee defense over the hit points. Alright, let's visit Dornburg. Marauding Greenskins. Alright, recruits. There is a cultist, welcome. Alright, he is cocky. 2-star range skill though. Does have throwing. So not fantastic. Or not horrible. He also max rolled melee skill. 2-star melee defense starts at -5. No ranged combat 3 for him. Which is a bit of a bummer. He also doesn't have something like Berserk. He does have Unstoppable and Killing Frenzy. I'm leaning towards letting him go. Had he rolled better with the range skill, or had 3 stars, I would keep him. Melee defense is pretty much completely waste. Well, see, the stars are waste, since he starts at -5. Max rolled hit points. Max rolled fatigue. Max rolled resolve and max rolled melee skill. I can't do hybridization things though, since I don't have the ranged combat 3, yeah. I will let him go. Did I actually? There we go. Now he's gone. Okay, no cripples or beggars or something like that with promised potential. There's nothing to buy, it seems. Tools are cheaply priced. There's one stack, and I would have some overflow though. Sell a few things. Okay, so Reckless Brothers Camp. Let's go take a look. Yeah, no, actually, I was going to do this. Yeah, Shattered Stronghold. Let's go there. So that's undead or brigands or maybe like orcs. Orc young. I don't see what's inside. But like I said, it's pretty close to civilization. Should be fairly simple. Also, you should not be in the front, I don't think. Though maybe it doesn't matter, but let's not have you in the front. These orcs, 20 orcs, but I only see orc young. Alright, well, let's see how this goes. Right, probably use adrenaline and also do a rotation. That sure is a lot of orcs. Let's use Onslaught next round, as well as Hold Steady. Probably actually during the same... Can I use this? Can I use them both? With this... I should be able to, right? Do the rotation. Step there. Right, Erwin, step in front here, I think. Good luck to you. Right, this flank is a bit awkward here. Well, someone's getting stunned. I think we just hold. Let's just step like here. I'll just hold. Someone is getting stunned and someone might die. But that is a risk I'm willing to take. You step back now, though. I'm considering putting Adalbert here. He'll have pretty decent defenses against 2 of them. Thanks to parry, etc. I'll do it. It's worthwhile to block them as well. You step there for inspiring presence reasons. So Hilmar is now in a pretty dumb spot. Oh well, he does have the elusive to walk around. Here. So who's getting stunned? You are. Also taking some damage. Also, yes, parry doesn't work if you're stunned. Well, that makes sense. Okay, now I'm regretting my decisions. He's probably still fine, but that is not fantastic. Crossbow damage is lacking as well. That was a lot of damage from that thrown crude javelin. Anyway, Hilmar now has a target there. Also, yes, I'm going to use the tactician abilities, so I should perhaps wait with some of these guys. This is 95 though. Is there someone who can take that spot? Currently waiting. It seems like new. Alright, he gets a kill. I think I probably do want to step here. Protect Adalbert as well as, well, others. And also to have more access to them. So do that. Okay, and now let's begin with hold steady, I think. Yeah, that's also immunity to being stunned. That's very helpful. This spot is actually better. Well, I can use the other ability later. We'll have to use the backup plan to actually use the hold steady if I move though. But sure. Hold steady. So now being stunned is not a problem for a little bit. Just hang in the back and do things like that. Is there a point in moving here? That makes space for Helmer for later. Guess that's probably worth. And also there's at least one flanker coming in. Did that ability reach you? Yes. Passing step? Yes or no? I think yes. Okay. Step there, use Whirling Death. You can't be stunned, just end. The orc music is probably my favorite in the game. Anyways, let's kill them. So there's a point in waiting for the tactician ability, but nah, that's 90%. Just go for it. Onslaught. Yeah, this one still has to act, so go for that one. Now I could use the line breaker. Do I want to do that? Maybe? Let's just attack. Acts in one. Let's just do that. And then move on this one. Move again. Does mean no adrenaline if I do so though. So instead, could also activate whirling death again. I'll just do that, I suppose. Okay, Fahad has already taken damage. So it's a slight risk moving him here. However, I can move Erwin to handle the flanker. Let's protect Adalbert. Move there. Okay, now I wait because of the stun possibility. Probably not with Randolph. Well, if he gets stunned, he gets stunned. Whatever. Oh, dog. That's not necessarily a good move. Dazed. How were you dazed? Why were you dazed? Was that a knockout? Yes, it was a... No. Was it? Knockout misses. Bash hits. Why did a bash inflict daze? Every hit to the head will daze. Okay. Sure. Why the hell not? Way to go, dog. Thank you for not using stun, all of you. Only one of them did. Okay, 7 left. AoE days. How annoying. Doesn't matter at this point. One more. Okay, that was a bit better than the witch fight. Get a very nice amount of XP. Gerbold gets 1,000. 6 kills as well. So we have at least 4 level ups. Yes, we can Ludger have those old levels. White pearls, some tools, nothing else really though. Okay, Erwin, level 8. I'll take the resolve. I take the melee skill. And I'll take the melee defense. So 3 levels to go until we see about promised potential. Erwin, I don't think is good enough to stick around for the long term unless he succeeds with promised potential. Unlike Adalbert. Anyways, perk goes where? It seems I've not really done any planning here. Go with just something like Fortified Mind. Dynamic Duo has some merit. Linebreaker has, well, actually no merit because the fatigue pool is so low. 66 melee skill. Occasionally he'll get a kill. So battle flow has a little bit of merit. Indom, same problem as with Linebreaker. Exploit opening is okay. Rotation also, of course, takes fatigue. I think I might just go with like Pathfinder, actually. Help with that fatigue. He's also getting the encumbrance level 1 penalty for movement. Yeah, I'll just take Pathfinder. Okay, Gerbold has reached level 11 and takes, I think, Brace for Impact. Like I've been saying, I can't really make use of Unstoppable when he has Berserk. And no Finesse or Battle Flow to help with fatigue. Sadly. Even with a -3 fatigue cost weapon, eventually maybe I don't think it's necessarily a good idea to get Unstoppable here. Brace for Impact might keep him alive. So I think I'll go with that. There is also an argument to be made for Elusive, I think. I think it's probably actually between Brace for Impact and Elusive. But let's go with Brace for Impact. Unless I want to go with Sweeping Strikes, actually. Both of these do a little bit of the same thing. Kind of. Provide some kind of defense. But yeah, I'll go with the Brace for Impact. So that's Gerbold finished perk-wise. Takes +3 melee skill, +3 melee defense, and more fatigue. Out of those options. Adelmar, level 8. +5 ranged. +5 initiative, I guess. And also takes fatigue, I guess. 2 perks. Bullseye is good. +20% armor penetration against targets who are not in cover. Pretty often that is the case when I choose a target. Though I haven't been using the take aim ability. I should remember that's actually a thing. Anyway. Let's take Bullseye. And then it's between Berserk and Combo. Both of which I will be taking. Not sure about Marksmanship yet. It's best for bows, I think. I can make it work with crossbows, I guess, but... Anyway. So I might decide to go with guns eventually instead of crossbows. So in that case... Marksmanship is probably pretty useless. For the most part. So shooting is... Well, with combo. If I shoot first... 3 AP. And then... Reloading is also 3. So I can shoot again. So I guess I get combo. If I'm understanding this correctly. Let's get combo and see. So that means that running with these in the inventory is far less useful. Anyways, whatever. It doesn't... Well, then again, does it matter? I have packs and belts. Well, what I can also do is run with a crossbow and a gun. Have ammunition for both. For example. And the quick hands, I could maybe use like grenades or maybe throwing nets. I don't know. We'll see. We'll make it work somehow. Anyways, let's probably camp for a bit. Alright, we found some mushrooms. You fools will only poison yourselves. Don't go and eat raw mushrooms that you found. Also, yes, I have a level for Fahad, which... Actually, 2 levels, which I missed. Anyway, Fahad, level 4. Melee skill, hit points, and... Do I take initiative? I might. He has flexible. It's a +4. It's competing against melee defense +2. So this guy also has the tactician tree, but ideally he's going to be like a polearm instead. And we use... What's his face? Helmer as the tactician. Since you can't spam multiple tactician abilities. Of course it's possible that Helmer either dies or leaves us. But I think I would prefer it if... or let's keep it that way that Fahad will for now not take any tactician abilities. There's also the possibility of using... Actually, I didn't notice this. He does have the net perks. That's potentially worthwhile. Anyways, perk-wise, I think I do take Steel Brow, despite it not being planned at all here. With 61 hit points and no 9 lives. And Pathfinder is probably a good idea with all of these choices that I have, whether it be with the net perks, the polearms, or the tactician abilities, but of course I have a limited number of perks to use. Maybe I should do some more planning here before I start selecting things. And he also does have the shield perks, that's one option. So actually multiple ways of building this guy. You could take Shield Sergeant with shield perks. Currently I don't have anyone who's going to be using shields long term, because if Erwin succeeds with realized potential, I will instead do damage. So he switches into like hammers maybe. But eventually I'll have at least one person who's a dedicated shield tank. In which case, doing the Shield Sergeant thing with Fahad has merit. I'll take the +2 melee defense here instead of the initiative +4. +3 this time. So now it's competing against... The initiative is competing against +4 hit points. I'll take the hit points. Up to 69. So let's take a look at these net perks, I guess. Though I suppose it's far easier to find someone with net perks than it is to find a tactician, and like I said, we might not be able to keep Helmer around, so maybe I keep this perk point or just take Pathfinder. But I'll take a look. So Angler. Passive. Throw net applies staggered. The range of throw net is increased by 1 tile. Active unlock net pull. 6 AP, lots of fatigue. 30. So traps a target in a net. The target will lose shield wall, spear wall, riposte. Will expand the net. Okay, occasionally useful. Offhand training. So this is also the... Yeah, this is also from Swift Strike, so... Tool skills cost -1 action point. Wielding a tool in your offhand does not disable double grip. Oh yeah, now I remember. You can do the Saturn sword. Was it like that? I guess it doesn't matter. If, yeah, it doesn't matter. No, that was with the specific shield, the Southern Shield. Not sure if that's a thing in Hardened, but you could do Southern Sword Scimitar. What the hell was it? Plus an Adarka shield and have double grip. But I think that was from maybe from Engarde. Back in so-called vanilla Reforged, which might have been changed at some point. Anyways, I'm going off track. But with offhand training, I could have a net in the offhand and use a one-handed weapon and not lose the double grip. And then I would also have duelist, I suppose. And also, while wielding a tool in your offhand, the first successful attack each turn will stagger your target, which is somewhat useful. Kingfisher, though, gain +2 reach. Netting an adjacent target does not expend your net, but prevents you from using or swapping it until that target breaks free or dies. If you move more than one tile away from that netted target, lose your equipped net. Alright, so I don't know. If I get all of these, that's 3. Then I definitely want duelist as well, that's 4. Flexible, that's 5. Battle flow, probably that's 6. So I can do all of that. I could also go with spears as the weapon for spear flurry. And I can skip through the gaps, though maybe I shouldn't. Actually, now that I think about this, the main point in taking Spear Mastery, if you're not using Spear Wall, would be for the reach advantage. If you take Spear Flurry, because the 25% less fatigue doesn't do anything with Spear Flurry. Well, for the attacks. So spear walling wise, it's definitely worthwhile. I would really like to get Pathfinder, though. That works with polearms, that kind of works with the tactician abilities. Helps with fatigue. I'll go ahead and take Pathfinder here. And that keeps all of these options available. So how many options do I have? Pure Polearm, Net Perks, Duelist, Damage Dealer kind of thing. Then we have the Tactician plus probably a Polearm. And then we also have Shields plus Shield Sergeant for like spear walling. Lots of options. I probably do skip Dodge though. Cannot get everything, and he only has 1 star in initiative. I don't know. My plans might change. Can't really say there's a plan yet, but the choice is clear if Helmer leaves or dies though. That means we go the Tactician route, definitely. But if I go Tactician route, I guess I probably go Shields as well. With Tactician. That kind of makes sense. So many options for him. Anyways, now we are nearly done with repairs. So do I take a look at Reckless Brother's camp, or do I perhaps head back to Bandit's lair? So inventory is getting full, which kind of incentivizes going back north to sell as well. Okay, let's go and see about the Bandit's lair. So we skipped the barbarians, but we've done some semi-exciting things this episode. Also see about this tiny patch of fog of war here. Nothing. This place is no longer hostile. I'll actually visit that place first. So as I say that, I see brigands running around the swamp, so I will kill them. Ideally not in the swamp though. They have range superiority as well, so not in the swamp. Let's do it in the plains. The same lineup as we've had. Make no changes there. So can I make some room here? It seems not that easily. Gerbold could carry something though. Let's give him a bandage. And then you can hold on to maybe a Morning Star. Now let's give you these throwing axes. Right. So as I do this fight, I guess I first visit the city to sell my things before we attempt the camp. There is a point to be made to having Hilmar actually next to Gerbold to benefit from that exude confidence. Anyways. Go ahead and use that, even though I might not need it here. And step there, do nothing else. Save your fatigue. Get hit by a crossbow. And now I can... Well, let's wait. Let's wait for a better target to come in range, but I can see about the combo working with that crossbow. Let's go ahead and use... Hold steady. So now if I use backup plan, can I still use Onslaught? 30 fatigue. And 7 AP, so I should be able to use it, right? There's not like a limit. But you can only have one of these used per round. Yeah. Use both. Having a tactician helps so much. I remember finding a tactician super early in my gladiator run. That was also a contributing factor for that run going so well. Anyways, Eswig. There is an argument to be made for a rotation here. I think I will. Could also use the line breaker. But nah, let's just do this. Also, I'll take a look here at the formidable approach. So yes, it's working against all of these opponents. So what the hell is going on with the description here? Reach advantage concept dot reach advantage you have is increased. Okay, that's a minor bug, I suppose. Anyways, makes no difference really, probably. If I want to dagger someone, it's this guy. Stepping here is probably fine. Is they're not that tough. Don't care about disarming, I don't think, unless it's this guy. 96 initiative. Yeah, I don't want to disarm. Let's instead Oh, he's fleeing. What a coward! Gerhard. Let's just benefit people. Well, it's only, it seems, one person will benefit from Inspiring Presence if I move there. But not like you have anything else to do. Let's give it to Gerbold. Alright, and now let's see about this. Shoot. Reload 3 AP. And yes, shoot again. Missed. But yeah, that does mean that these are kind of meaningless here. But yeah, I can run with a gun plus a crossbow and something else maybe. So it's fine that I have backs and belts and quick hands. But for future builds, if I have combo for a crossbow user, I should take that into account. Though after Berserk, there is, yeah, after that I can switch into another crossbow. Okay. And also there's potentially another way of getting, yeah, you can have Vigilant or something else for more action points, so anyway. It's not like I made a mistake in the build there, but I don't know. With this guy, I don't think I would have done anything different, since he doesn't have that many other options. But with someone else, this backs and belts plus quick hands might not be the best thing. Anyways, Ludger, just go for the back line. You just do that. You do that. Get the kill. Move in. Don't bother with that. And also, yes. Okay, yeah. Since I need to reload again. Okay, now, yeah. It's starting to make even more sense to me. So, actually, having multiple crossbows is fine. Definitely fine, since you can switch at this point, and then you don't need to reload. Anyways. As we've noticed in this episode, sometimes I am rather slow. Esvik has Berserk, so maybe go for this guy. He is shield walling though. I'll step there. Actually go for this target. So 130 armor. I suppose I'll dagger him. Sure. %. You don't have a dagger. Right, do that. And this guy's now fleeing. Just step there though. So now if I reload, then shooting is 1 AP. Don't really have a target here. No point shooting this guy. Do that. Okay, everyone's engaged in melee. Just go for the daggering target. I'm kind of expecting, looking forward to fighting nobles with Adelmar once he actually has better crossbows. And it would be kind of devastating having multiple people with combo crossbows. So what is combo from? What perk group is that from? Fast. Okay. Yeah. Looking forward to it. So, you have that. Okay. Who's laughing now? Anyways, there we go. Can't fit everything, so dump a few things. Alright, so now as the inventory is full, let's head back to Lugnisted. Go through Hermannshof. Take a look here. There is a beggar. Okay, I'll see about him. 2-star melee skill max rolled. Is that good enough? Also 2-star initiative. No flexible. Might get it later though. Has combo plus unstoppable. 41 hit points. Fear of beasts, night blind. Okay, those I can tolerate, but they're of course not fantastic to have. I think this guy is probably good enough to keep around. Try to succeed with promised potential. And we'll see. He might, after succeeding, get like polearms. He might also roll well with melee defense. And the plus 15 from this means he can be a frontliner. So... Konf-bot Wander here. Once again, I'm starting to get a lot of people who aren't actually cultists, though. But we'll have that conversion event at some point. Anyways, have some things. Have that and have that. That's fine. Do I have a dagger? Yes, I do. You can have that. Food is cheap and I need it. Let's get it. Also get 1 stack of ammo. Take a look at this, but probably not do it. It's a caravan. Probably no thanks. Back to Lugnisted we go. I suppose I could also get the cart for plus 27 inventory spaces at this point. Also see more brigands. Well, we will deal with them if they're still there. So if I don't fight in the forest, it's possible that some nobles or militia will deal with this. However, I'm close enough to actually see if that's going to happen. We'll have to do some inventory juggling though. However, like I said, I could just get the cart now. Does mean I'm down 10,000 though if I do that, which means I won't for a while have enough money for something like a famed weapon if I see one. Eventually though, I'm definitely getting that cart upgrade. I'd rather not fight in the forest, so I think I chased them out of it. Oh god, that's the wrong way, guys. That's the wrong way. Okay, fine, I'll fight in the forest then. Okay, since I'm about to sell things and there's this fight, I'll go ahead and... What happened to the UI? Did I press something? God damn it. What happened? Oh, there it goes. Okay. So, retinue. Let's get the cart. 10,000! Now we have space again in the inventory. There we go. Let's kill some more briggies. So they probably want to hold their position, and I can't really blame them. I'll step forward with a few of us. But yeah, likely... Oh, this guy at least wants to come forward. Okay, sure. In that case, we just kill you guys all the quicker. Down you go. That's really nothing compared to what Adelmar did. Use these abilities later. Let's move you like there. Nothing else. I guess I go for this. Yeah, sure. Use both of these. Oh, I still could have shot there. I don't think there was a target though. The terrain is working against us, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, go there. Do you have steel brown? You do not. However, you have fully intact head armor. Just do that. Ludger against the Vandal. Okay, it's going to take a while, but Ludger will win. Still using a stupid falchion. One hunter over there. Fahad can take one hunter, right? If it's only one hunter. Might be someone's hiding there. Let's see. So 3, 6, 8, 9. So 1 is unaccounted for. He also has a dog, though. It should be fine. In case... like a vandal steps out from a bush. Adalbert is just moving back and forth. He cannot figure out what the hell to do. Not much to say about this fight. Oh, hello. Poacher. And a bandit. That's the spirit. Nice try, buddy. And just as I say that... Okay. How very brave of you to not run away. This hunter just dodged 295s. Okay, buddy. Sure. Let's see how long you can keep on doing that. Alright, one more. Okay, Hilmar gets to level 12. Oh yeah, I bought the inventory size. Anyway, head on to Lugnistead. Okay, there's a two skull. Okay. I just spent my money. I might have taken this caravan to Dornberg, because we could have spawned something famed there. However, actually maybe not, because there's no weaponsmith. Anyways, now we're definitely not taking it, I don't think. Okay, I don't see anyone worth recruiting here. Okay. Let's also take a look at the weaponsmith despite not having money, though I will have money in a moment as I'm about to sell things. I will do that on my own time. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time.